What's up guys, my name is JDCook5 and welcome back to an episode of the Create a Club series. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and please don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. We start off today looking at our youth academy. We have got some new recruits, and one of them that's taken my eye is the two scouts that we've got from Nigeria, and we was looking for some wingers, and we found one called Hassan and one called Ibrahim. Two decent players it seems to be. I'm not obviously don't know a lot about them, but their base stats are pretty solid in fairness. Hassan has got a rating of potential of 89. He's already 52 rated at 16 years of age. So with a lot of development, I think it's the right time to be able to see if we can push him up. And as you can see already in the youth tournaments, he was absolutely ripping it up. There was no stopping him whatsoever, and he really impressed me in fairness. Now, in terms of the youth academy going forward and what I want to use it for and so on, we have got a few graduates from the youth academy, being Mason Cunningham and obviously Araujo on the wing. What I want to do, if they've got the potential there, it's going to be hard to be able to bed them into the first team straight away. I think if we're going up the leagues the way we are and the players that we've already got, in fairness, I think it's going to be hard for us to be able to kind of bed them into the team straight away. In saying that, there's a way that I'm able to do so maybe in the future where I can possibly put them out on loan for a few seasons and just being able to kind of get where they do get the game time at other teams that are maybe lower below us, and then hopefully they can get a decent amount of ratings so I can actually start using them in the first team. So what I'm going to try and do on our way up to the Premier League, I want it where I'm going to have basically academy players that I'll get in consistent game time for X amount of seasons. By doing that, I'm hoping in time where I get into the Premier League and start playing a few seasons, hopefully I can bed them in that way, because I really want to have it where I do use youth academy players, but the only way to really upgrade them is by having it where you've obviously got to have them playing 24/7, and these youth tournaments don't up them enough. I really feel like they just don't upgrade your players enough. And they're good players. There's a few players on the list that really could turn into even a decent squad player, or even the case where they could actually be first team names. Velazquez is one of them. He hasn't got the highest potential rating, but I feel like with the actual game time and so on, I could actually bump it up and get him into a decent squad player, and he's young at the same time. Same for Lees. He's only 15 years of age. I know he's a low rating as of the moment, but at the same time, he could be a player that I really want to upgrade and then go on from there. Hassan looks very good. I reckon I could get him into the first team pretty soon and then get him on loan, hopefully. That would be really good to see. Mertens could be a good backup goalkeeper in time to come. Obviously, he won't be costing us anything. At the same time, he's got an average rating and potential of a 73. So if we can get him some game time elsewhere and actually kind of bump up his actual stats himself, then we might be able to use him as a backup goalkeeper. So there's quite a lot of use for the players that we do have, and obviously over time we're going to be acquiring more from scouts and so on. We might even have it where some players don't really make the grade and they get sold on, but we've actually made a profit from them. It's kind of using it as a whole business itself and being really clever at the same time. But the one player that I really like is Hassan, in fairness. He is an absolute baller, to be honest, and he really ripped it up in these youth tournaments. And we did get to the final, and as you can see, we are 3-2 up against Bristol Rovers at this point in time, and look what he can do. His pace is phenomenal at the same time. Just strides from one end to the pitch to the other, and he gets goals, and we actually do win that particular youth tournament. And that's just a little showcase of what the players can do, and these aren't the best of players whatsoever at this moment in time, and they've got a lot of work to do. So really interesting fact. One comment I've got in the week is a supporter that I've had for many times on my channel, and I'm really appreciative of it, in all fairness. And he mentioned that if I could possibly change the boots for parking, so that is done. Trevor Mahoney, I've seen you in the comments many times. Shout out to yourself. Keep supporting. I really appreciate it. So we're going to be changing Parkin's boots, and he's got the Adidas Predators to start off with. And our first game is against Wickham Wanderers. League One's been pretty kind to us, in fairness. It's been tough, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's been pretty fair to us. It's one of those where we've started off really well, but at the same time, I know there's going to be a lot of competition in this league, and we're going to be starting off our game against Wickham Wanderers. We've got a strong side on offer. It's about being able to kind of put the best aside that we possibly can, and that's exactly what we've done on this particular instance. Munir, Reyes, and Marti. We've got Vargas on the left, Bobby Gibbons on the right. We've got an attacking of Alejandro Zedinais, Austin Parkin, Marcelo Flores in the middle. We've got Hugo Arango, Carlos Rodriguez, Alvaro Borges. So in fairness, we've got a pretty strong side. There's no doubt why we shouldn't be able to kind of get off to a strong start against these lot and do a decent kind of game in that sense. So let's get into this game. 5 minutes into the tie, then Sadler picks it out on the left hand side as he finds Butcher, the number 8 for Wickham Wanderers. They start the game pretty strong in fairness, and they do really well to be able to kind of up the tempo and get some passes going. Scowen in the middle there finds his teammate Sadler once again there on the left hand side. Bobby Gibbons looking to cover that line, and he does really well on the challenge, but he gets taken out as he tries to run onto it. I found that pretty funny, to be honest. But it is a throw-in for Wickham Wanderers. As you can see, Hanlon picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Bobby Gibbons out of position ever so slightly as he tries to get back there. And as you can see, a lovely save made by Munir. And he just throws the ball out in the end there, but a decent save nevertheless. Strong start from Wickham Wanderers as Park picks it up on the right hand side, really attacking quite freely as Hanlon picks it out there for the striker for Wickham Wanderers. Tries to do something as he finds Sadler on the left hand side. Bobby Gibbons has his work cut out, it seems to be, on that particular side as he looks to be strong in the tackle, and he's done very well in fairness as he looks to be able to stride forward and create something for his side. Really kind of effortless at the moment for ourselves, so we really need to create something here and now as Arango picks out a lovely ball to Marcelo Flores. There's a really good touch there. He shimmies past the defender. He does well there, but the shot is blocked. I reckon that would have gone in if that weren't to be the case, but we continue in the possession there as the ball falls out to Borges in the middle. Arango picks it up with an opportunity to stride forward, but he has to go back there with Rodriguez making a decent run there. He finds himself in the area. He goes to skip past the defender, but he's been taken out in the box, and the referee has awarded a penalty for JD Cook FC then. And I have to say it's pretty deserved in fairness as he sticks a leg out. There's no getting the ball whatsoever, and unfortunately he has conceded a penalty. So Reyes, our penalty taker, steps over the ball, a chance to be able to convert it from 6 yards. He gets the ball and he puts it into the bottom corner, making it Wickham Wanderers 0, JD Cook FC 1. Reyes getting off the mark for the season there as he converts the penalty. Very rare to see centre-backs take penalties. It's a little bit Sergio Ramos-esque in fairness, but a decent effort nevertheless, and he converts it to put his side ahead. Haven't really created any real chances as of the moment, but we have converted this one, so at least we have kind of taken our chance and gone 1-0 up. That's the difference at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if we haven't played the better side. The big thing is that we've taken our chance in that moment and we have gone in front. 27 minutes into the tie, Wickham Wanderers kind of gone a little bit slower, it has to be said. That goal was definitely kind of nipped it in the bud in terms of the attacking options, and Arango is one for attacking options, and this is what he can do, and it's going to be 2-0 just like that. And we're turning on the style now because it's Wickham Wanderers 0, JD Cook FC 2, and he brings out the Cole Palmer celebration there in that moment in time. What an effort from Arango. He was getting pushed from the back of him there, trying to get him off the ball, but it wasn't to be, and he larps it on his left foot, putting it into the bottom corner, leaving the keeper helpless in that moment in time. It's a really good effort on his left foot, to be honest. Straight into the bottom corner it goes, and a very good effort and a celebration to match there as we have deeper into the first half, 41 minutes to be exact. Sadler looks to try to see if he can compete there, but Bobby Gibbons puts it out for a throw-in as they look to be able to see if they can do something from the throw-in there as he throws it into the box. Really good clearance from Daniel Marti as Borges finds his teammate Rodriguez as he ships it out to the left-hand side. Marcelo Flores in a lot of space. Austin Park in there to make the run also as Flores looks to find Park in there as he picks up the ball. Zedinais on the right-hand side. Decent ball out to feet there as he skips inside, and that's a very good effort, but a simple save as he puts it out for a corner kick. Just a corner before the half-time whistle to be blown then as Borges whips it into the area. Reyes tries to win the header, but he does win this duel, and that is a very good effort there, but the acrobatic effort just strays wide. That would have been a lovely goal to add to his account, but that wasn't to be on that particular occasion. As we go into the second half now, 61 minutes being played, Wickham Wanderers are going to want to get themselves back into the tie there after a strong start in the first half. Unfortunately, the first half to the end of it wasn't as good, and that was definitely their Achilles heel as Gibbons looks to win a decent ball there, finding Rodriguez in the middle, finding Borges, now Arango. Decent play there, first time balls as Parkin finds Zedinais on the right hand side as he's got many space on the left-hand side. He tries to find a teammate, but he can't. Borges wins back interception there as he finds his teammate Zedin Yáez, and a 1-2 from himself and Parkin. A simple effort from Zedin Yáez, beats the keeper, and he celebrates in front of the travelling fans there. It's Wickham Wanderers 0, JD Cook FC 3, and a decent goal for Zedin Yáez there. A simple effort nevertheless. Fairly lucky on the interception, but we'll definitely take it. Every chance we get, if we can take it in that moment in time, then we will definitely be happy with that one. Zedin Yáez, a simple finish on his left foot. Keeper was left pretty stranded in that moment in time, I have to say, and that is a very, very good effort. So we make some substitutions now. Arango comes off the pitch for Hovarath, and we're also going to put Franzak on the right hand side, and then to switch Zedin Yáez to the left with Ngoy coming off on the pitch for Parkin, and then the final substitution for Prince for Borges. So many changes for the side then, as we look to be able to kind of change things up, get some few fresh faces on, get some minutes on the pitch for players that haven't really started the season off, as Prince makes a lovely interception, it has to be said, as he strides forward with the fresh legs. He tries to get the ball into the area, and Ngoy is very unlucky to be able to not be able to connect with that moment in time, but definitely good play from Prince as he makes an impact off the bench. Shoring things up now, to be honest, though, in these 9 minutes or so left in the tie. Wickham Wanderers try and get something going, but a good interception from Hovarath, but it falls back to Wickham Wanderers there as Sadler picks out on the left-hand side. Gibbons has kept Sadler quiet, it has to be said, in fairness, and his defending has been really, really good, and it's improved a vast amount in this league. But they're still on the ball here. Young with an opportunity as he looks to skip past Ray as he goes back to his teammate Handland there with an opportunity to find Sadler. Bobby Gibbons tries to get a foot in there. He does stop him in his tracks, but they're still on the ball here, and that was a very good effort blocked by Reyes. And that is it. A very professional performance in the end, from the bottom to the top of the pitch. We were absolutely phenomenal. Defensive wise, we kept them quiet. We did what we needed to do. The midfield really supplied the attacking with some good options, and the attackers really finished it off with some decent good goals. And to be honest, we were definitely the better team from minute 1 to minute 90. There was no saying that whatsoever. As much as Wickham Wanderers had a few decent chances in the first half, we really, really grounded out the game, and we did what we needed to do, and we got the result. We got a clean sheet, and on to the next game. And then to the team of the week now, as you can see, Zedin Yáez getting on the team of the week. So at least one player was able to represent us in the most recent team of the week. But as you can see, I have just started negotiations with Chelsea for Tyreek George. Now, I want to get it on a loan deal. It should be pretty simple to be able to agree a deal with Chelsea. I want a 1-year deal, and they're pretty happy to be able to split the wages 50-50, which I'm happy to do because he's got a high wage as it is, so we're going to be playing a decent amount. So it's whether Tyreek will be quite happy to accept. So I'm just waiting for that to be the case, but that'll be a very good addition on loan for the season, my first loan deal. We go into a simulation game with Northampton there, as you can see, a 2-1 victory in League One. Hovarath and Rodriguez getting on the score sheet there to be able to solidify the win. They did get back in the 66th minute with Wilson, but it wasn't to be enough, as Hovarath did get another goal in the 74th minute. So a decent 3 points on at home at the JD Cook Arena. And we do have a departure now. Now, Arlo Tomlinson, it's a bit sad, I have to say. He was actually quite good for us in League 2, but at the same time, he's not going to get game time in League 1. He's at a stage in his career where he's 55 rated and he's 28 years of age, so he's just not really going to go up the rankings much at all. 120,000 from Bromley. Bromley have brought a few players from us, it has to be said. Hopefully that upgrades their squad in any means, and hopefully he has a good season in League 2. And another man to leave is Blake Partridge. Featured a few times, but not really enough, in fairness. Another player that's at a stage of his career that's not really going to get any better. But one player that I am really, really interested in saying, Tyreek George has signed a 1-year loan deal. They say never fall in love with loan players, but this might just be the one. Tyreek George will wear the number 19 next season. I'm really happy to see him accept, because he wouldn't accept a full permanent deal. And another player out the doors is Scott to Cambridge, a player that featured a few times last season, but we're not going to see much of him this season, in fairness. 60 rated, 27 years old. He's not really going to improve anymore. So he is out the door to Cambridge. And another loan deal, Edward Araujo. He's going to do some big things in football, but he needs the game time at the same time. So we are going to loan him out to Notts County, and hopefully he gets the game time that is needed. And that's what I want to do with, obviously, my youth academy players. I want to get them on loan, get them the experience needed, get their potential fulfilled, and hopefully see them in the future in the first team. One player that I questioned at the start of the season, didn't know whether I was actually going to change it, was Munir in goal. He's obviously at a stage of his career where he's declining. I did get a deal offered for him with a goalkeeper exchange, but the deal was just not worth it, in fairness. I'm quite happy for him to see out his contract this season and potentially renew it for next season as a backup. I'm not too sure yet. But transfer things aside, we've got Oxford United on the road. And as you can see on the table, we've been doing pretty well. 3 wins out of 3. So we're doing what we need to do. But this is a tough team to be able to play. A team that obviously got relegated from the Championship down to League One. They're going to be a strong side. They're definitely going to be one of the teams up there this season, in my opinion. In terms of the side that we are fielding today, the only one change that I have made is Tyreek George will make his debut, and Julian Ngoy is going to fill in for Austin Parkin today. Just making a few changes, trying to achieve things, see what works in fairness. Austin Parkin has had a very good start to the season nevertheless, but at the end of the day, it would be nice to see what Julian Ngoy can do up top. I am thinking of just converting him to a left winger, but I'm not too sure as of yet. But we can see what happens in this tie. Oxford look to be able to start the game strong as they retrieve the ball in the middle of the park. Then Dale looks to be able to create something, as you see, trying to get the ball off of him there as he goes back to his teammate at Vest. Back to Dale it goes on the right hand side. Vargas has his work cut out as he skips past him there, as Vargas looks to be able to see if he can get back into position there. Decent efforts. Manir makes a really good save, falling to Bobby Gibbons, and a shot just straying wide for Oxford to make a quick start in the first half. 16 minutes being played, yet to have a chance as of yet. So we look to be able to see if we can create something with Tyreek George filling in and Julian Ngoy on there. Really good effort, it has to be said, as it looks to curl around the post instead of in there. Unfortunately, that was a decent effort to just straying wide, but Tyreek George nearly getting the assist. He gets another chance on the left-hand side, getting some decent service as he looks to get the ball into the area. Zedin Yais can't win the header as he loses out to the battles. They clear their lines. Rodriguez picks it out in the middle with an opportunity to be able to stride forward once again, finding Borges. Borges with an effort then, really good effort, and it hammers the bar. Really strong effort, but it just hammers the bar as it's still rattling to this moment in time. Really good effort from Borges. It falls out to Arango. Good stuff from JD Cook FC so far as Rodriguez finds his teammate with a really good effort there, and another save made by the keeper for Oxford United. This is a very good display from him so far as he makes some top saves for his side as Oxford get the throw in there, as you can see, trying to win the ball off them in a high part of the pitch as Vargas has his work cut out on the right hand side there, as you can see. Really good effort to get past him as Vargas tries to get back into position, and he makes a very good interception. He was out of position, but he got himself into position and he made a good interception, and now we're on the break as Tyreek George has a pass from Arango there as he looks to be able to see if he can find Julian Ngoy there. A really good effort, but unfortunately not to be, as the defender just puts it out for a corner kick. But at least we do have the corner as Borges steps over the corner. Ball whipped to be in there, and Ngoy is denied from the header, and we try to get off the rebound, and Tyreek George denied on that moment in time as we have another corner to be whipped in there. Borges whipped it in, trying to see if we can get onto the rebound as Ngoy wins some sort of header. Falls to Arango there as he chests it down, tried to see if he can get a shot off, but it's safe to play it to Reyes. Tyreek George on the left hand side tries to get the ball in. He does. Now it's Ngoy, and it is a safe effort for the keeper to save on that moment in time as we continue on near to the end of the first half now. Julian Ngoy picks out Sedanias on the right hand side, trying to get something here going as Rodriguez picks it out to Arango. Really good stuff from Arango. Safe save made by the keeper as they look to clear their lines and end this sort of attack as the first half whistle has been blown. Plenty of charges on each and every end as Oxford look to be able to start the second half nice and strong as Dale finds his teammate there with a really good opportunity. Tries to backheel it, but a really good interception from Vargas as we find Tyreek George on the left hand side, trying to get something going now as Borges picks out in the middle after a lovely ball from Tyreek George. Headed on to Zendanias now. Really good opportunity for ourselves to get ourselves forward. Julian Ngoy offering support. He tries to find Ngoy. He is found. He hits it, and it hits the post now. We've hit the bar. We've hit the post. Not working out in our favour whatsoever. We're going to make some substitutions now. Hofrath coming on the pitch for Arango, and Tyreek George makes way for Marcelo Flores. A decent debut, but just not enough done as we try and change things up with Marcelo Flores now onto the pitch. 68 minutes being played as we look to be able to see if we can get anything out of this tie, but Oxford coming at us. Dembele picks it out on the left hand side. Bobby Gibbons can't get back in time there as we try and get the ball off of Dembele, and unfortunately that is a goal for Oxford, and Dembele with the assist. It's Oxford United 1, JD Cook FC 0 with 20 minutes left to spare. We are trailing in this game. It's been a bit of a weird game in friends because we have had a lot of chances. We just can't seem to take any that seem to kind of go on to us. We've hit the post, we've hit the bars. Just nothing seems to work for us. A simple effort from Oxford United kind of stringing the defence apart, and Manir is left pretty stranded on that moment of time. I thought he could have done slightly better with actually putting his hands the other way, but it's not to be on this occasion, and that only means for one thing, and that is Austin Parkin coming onto the pitch. So for Prince, for Borges, trying to see if we can change things up with 15 minutes left to spare as Dembele looks to get something going on the right hand side, finding a Dale in the middle as he goes back to his teammate Thornley there. Really good interception from Vargas though as he's opened the team up. He looks to get the ball into the area. It's Austin Parkin, and Parkin has found the net. He's only been on the pitch a matter of minutes, and he's also found the back of the net straight away. Austin Parkin does what he needs to do, and that is find the back of the net when it means the most. A lovely interception for Vargas as he floats it into the area, and he hammers it home there, Austin Parkin. He doesn't hesitate to hit it first time as he volleys it into the bottom corner. Really, really good effort from Austin Parkin, and we now are level in this tie with 13 minutes left to go in this tie. Dembele looking to try and see if we get something again for O'Donnell, and that is a very good interception from the defender, making it put out for a corner kick there, and it is going to be a tight 10 minutes. Both sides are going to want to get into the game once again and get in front. Al-Musi pays it from a short corner. McEachran picks it out, and they're trying to get the ball into the area. This is a good chance, and that is a very good save. Meneer stopping the attacker of Ndonka. Really, really good stuff, it has to be said. And this is a very tight game. Hovrath picks it out in the middle. Flores on the left-hand side offering support as he tries to use his pace to get past the defenders. He cuts in on the right trying to find Parkin, and he does find Parkin. Parkin could shoot here. He does shoot, but it just strays wide. Effort not strong enough to beat the keeper on that particular occasion. We have 5 minutes left to spare. Both sides not giving up whatsoever. This is looking very good, it has to be said. Offside for Oxford as we look to be able to play it out from the back as Gibbons finds Amati. Amati looking to find Parkin, and he does exactly that there. Parkin looking to stride forward, many in support. Hofrath being one of them. Then Flores on the left-hand side. Decent ball in there. Flores to Hofrath. This could be a good effort for Hofrath, and it is a decent effort saved from the keeper. He keeps saving these chances. He's had an absolutely blinder of a game, it has to be said. Now Zediniois from the throw-in finds Prince there. Prince trying to get involved in this game as he skips into a decent area. Prince now to Parkin. He turns his man. It is a decent block, and now Flores, and it hits the post once again. Another opportunity denied by the woodwork. This is not good whatsoever. Our chances are just being denied by the most slimmest of margins. And now Oxford United trying to get on the break there, but a decent effort from Vargas as he gets very strong in the tackle, and he ends up winning the throw-in at the same time as he looks to find Rodriguez. Rodriguez to Vargas there. Vargas finding Hovrath. This could be one last chance for JD Cook FC. Flores found on the left-hand side after a decent ball played into the gap there as he skips inside. He finds Parkin. He turns his man. It's Parkin! Oh, how is that not gone in? It's just so annoying. And the keeper denies us on another occasion. And the full-time whistle has been blown. We are going to be sharing the points on this occasion. Oxford United won. JD Cook FC won. We were denied so many times from the keeper. He had an absolute belter of the game, and we hit the woodwork free, hit the bar once, hit the post twice. Just wasn't to be on this occasion. We were just denied by so many opportunities. The keeper had a blinder of a game, and hats off to him in all fairness, because he just kept on delivering time after time after time. Now it is deadline day after that particular fixture against Oxford United, and we've still got a few departures and signings to potentially make, as Wood is the next one to go. He filled in fairly well for the League Two, but I just don't think his kind of services are going to be that good in League One. 550,000 he goes for. He was a good servant in League Two, but I just don't think he's needed, particularly in League One, with being 27 years old and 63 rated. Now, obviously, I don't want to replace Meneer, but one person I was looking at was Samuel Piziagnacco, if I'm right in saying. He's 23 years of age, sorry. He's at high 60s, so I think when Meneer goes on international duty, he'll be perfect to be able to fill in that sense and potentially be a first-team keeper. I'm not too sure as of yet, but he has signed £6 grand for a week, which isn't a bad deal whatsoever, and he'll wear the number 15 shirt this season. I feel like he's going to be a good addition, and obviously Hyde filled in last season when Meneer was on international duty, but I feel like I just need that little bit more of an increase going forward. So that deal is done. Another person that I'm looking for is a centre midfielder, and Edgar Ali Canis, who looks really good, to be honest. He's 20 years of age, he's low 60s, 1.1 million. He's got a lot of growing room to do, and I feel like it could be a decent addition to the squad, and he doesn't want a high role at the same time. So we've still got a decent budget behind us. I feel like I'm going to keep X amount because I potentially might look at some players in January to be able to sign on a pre-contract to hopefully get over the line and obviously save us spending so much much next season and maybe get some experience through the door as we go on. So that's going to be an interesting factor about our game. But Edgar Alicans goes over the line. 22 he will wear next season, and that is a decent signing in fairness. He's still very young. He's still got a lot of growing room to do, and it is 1.1 million deal signed, sealed from Levante, and he goes over from La Liga 2 to League 1 there. 64 rated, 24 years of age. He's on a low wage at the same time, so I feel like he will be a perfect addition to the squad. Now, I'm going to be loaning out Charles John for the season for the simple fact is he just needs game time. I can offer him some sort of time in terms of going forward, but not enough to be able to kind of get it so he's playing week in, week out. He goes to a decent side in Paris FC for 12 months there, so we get that loan deal done, and I'm going to get a backup for replacing Rayo Alonso. He actually looks pretty good in fairness, and another player I could develop and so on, so he might be a player that we sell on a decent time, or he might be playing next season that we loan, but he's just going to fill in for John at the moment. A decent deal nevertheless, and it's just one to get over the door that I'm not putting a lot of money into, but still having the requirements in terms of backups and so on. Alonso will wear the number 23 shirt next season. It looks pretty good in fairness. I feel like I've signed a decent striker in Alonso. He's 66 rated. He's got a lot of work to kind of do, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely going forward the right sort of player. And now one more signing that I did look at was Morris. He's 30 years of age, and he is the most paciest centre-back I've ever seen. He's got 90 pace as a centre-back. He looks pretty tidy in fairness. Obviously I've got Reyes and I've got a Marti and I've got a Araujo and I've got a Harris, but I feel like if we kind of stumble across a few injuries, then I feel like it's right to make this sort of signing. Obviously compete with Harris at the same time, and I think like he could be a good partnership with Araujo, and that could be the two for the backup sort of side. So he does get over the door. A pretty simple deal done. He will wear a full shirt this particular season, and he's 66 rated. He hasn't got much room for improvement being the age, but he's definitely kind of one that I could sell on in time and make a profit on. We do have a game against Wrexham in the Bristol Street Mofas Trophy. It's our first game of this particular competition, and it is a 1-1 draw. Julian Ngoy getting on the score sheet. It seems to be that a lot of players didn't really seem to get off the mark, but we did change a lot of the side. But nevertheless, it is a point, and we do have another game to be able to see if we can do a little bit better against Stockport County. But our focus is on League 1 now as we face Salford City, a team that was previously played in League 2 that's obviously got promoted up into League 1. Looking at the side, we are going to stay with Tyreek George. Difference is though we are going to put in Austin Parkin up top. In terms of the actual centre backs and everything else, we've gone for Araujo and Morris. Pizarro in goal, and trying to change it up due to international duties at the same time. So we've had to make a few changes, but I'm pretty happy with the changes that we've made. Quite happy to get some Araujo some game time, try and see what our goalkeeper is like at the same time. Tyreek George trying to get him some game time so he doesn't get recalled from Chelsea, and at the same time he might be a potential buy in time. But we look to start off the game nice and strong, and that's definitely exactly what we did there. Took a little bit of a while to do so, but 21 minutes into the tie, Austin Parkin had a bit of a snatch and grab moment there as Arango won the ball, and he just filled his teammate in straight away, and it's a very good pass nevertheless. Straight pass to Parkin, he's straight in, no one around him whatsoever, and it is a very good finish there past the keeper to make it JD Cook FC 1, Salford City 0. The class of 92 won't be happy with what they're seeing so far, and they will need their side to get back into the tie. Salford haven't really done that bad this season whatsoever, in fairness, going up from League 2 to League 1. Ben Woodburn scored 3 goals in his previous game to claim the match ball, so he's had a good season so far, and he's definitely a good player to watch out for here for Salford as he plays in Stockton there with a very good effort, and that is what you call a goal. JD Cook FC 1, Salford City 1, and that is an absolutely unbelievable strike from that man Stockton. The number 9 for Salford has just absolutely belted that into the top corner. I didn't know he was actually going to shoot in that moment there. We try and cover our lines, but it just wasn't to be on that occasion, and unfortunately the shot couldn't be blocked, and Araujo just couldn't get stuck in, neither could Morris, and that was a moment in time where we do concede. So the defence is a little bit lacking there, and as you can see we're struggling in that moment in time, obviously making the changes with Araujo and Morris. It's hard to be able to kind of compete with the different changes, but as you can see Araujo now trying to get stuck in, as Vargas now dragged out to the left hand side as Malcolm tries to get something going. Now to Ben Woodburn as he's on the edge of the area, he skips past in the midfield, he finds his teammate, really good effort there, and Morris with a decent block as it falls back out to the right hand side. Ashley picks it out back to number 31 of Salford as Ben Woodburn tries to get something going. He finds Stockton, and he has put it in the back of the net, but the offside flag has been waved. Thank God for that, and Salford have definitely turned on the style in this particular game after that really good effort from Stockton. but unfortunately for himself, he is denied from the offside on that moment. It's fairly tight, but as you can see, he's just on the other side of Araujo, and unfortunately that goal for him won't count. Into the second half then, both sides level as things speak, trying to see if we can change that as Gibbons finds Austin Park in there, as he looks to find Zedin Yais on the right hand side. It's a decent ball as he keeps it onto the pitch, trying to get the ball into the area then as Zedin Yais runs into the box. Really good effort from Zedin Yais. He tries to shoot, he can't. Now Rodriguez, and that effort just strays wide. Very good effort, has to be said, but we're going to make a substitution now. Borges coming on for Caniz as we look to be able to try and change a few things up and try and see if that midfield can get something working as an attacking purpose as well as a defensive. There's 20 minutes left to play. A lovely interception from Arango, and this could be changing now. Zedin Yais now in on goal, and that is a snatch and grab, and it's the exact same as the first goal. Arango makes a really good interception, fills in his teammate, and he's in a great position to be able to take it and score, and that is that man Zedin Yais with the finish there. Borges hasn't even got his actual kind of kit on for the bench there yet. He hasn't even had the time, and as you can see, Zedin Yais with a very, very good effort, just levering it on his right foot past the keeper, and that is a very good moment. Austin Parkin coming off the pitch for Julian Ngoy. He makes way then. A very good effort from him in the first half to get his goal. He's had a very good game, that has to be said. With 10 minutes left to play, still only one goal in it, and Salford could get themselves back into it now as the number 31 strides forward. He takes the effort, and it's a very good save from the keeper then in between the sticks, filling in for Munir, but in this particular occasion as Vargas fills it out to the left hand side and just gets rid of that particular ball. With 4 minutes left to play, Salford is still knocking on the door, but Julian Ngoy with a lovely interception. Really good stuff from Julian there as he looks to be able to find his teammate Bobby Gibbons on the right hand side. As Gibbons takes it forward, he finds Zedin Yais, and Ngoy making the run. Zedin Yais can see that over the top to Ngoy. He takes one touch, he puts it past the keeper, and that is game, set and the match. It's JD Cook FC 3, Salford City 1, and Julian Ngoy gets another goal for his League One account. I've had a mix of kind of opinions on Julian Ngoy, in fairness, because he hasn't impressed me as largely as what I would have thought. He's definitely getting amongst the goals nevertheless. I'm not too sure if he'll be a player that will stay for season upon season, but he's definitely filling in well in League One so far, and that's a very good effort. It's a bit of a heavy touch, but he takes it past the keeper nevertheless, and he does get his goal to be able to kind of solidify this particular victory against Salford City, and it looks to be 3-1 in the end as the full-time whistle has been blown. A valiant effort from the boys to be able to get a victory. It was tough because of the changes that we made, obviously a different goalkeeper, a different defence and so on, but attacking wise we still looked good and we scored 3 goals. It was tough in the first half. It seemed to be that we rode the wave, and in the second half it was a bit of a snatch and grab moment, but we've done it and we've got the victory, and it is deserved in the end. I'm very happy about that particular one. It is another 3 points at the JD Cook Arena, and as you can see, Parkin being noted to shatter the record as he is writing into the history books there as he leads the top goal scoring at the moment, so he's having a very good season so far as Zedin Yais picked up the man of the match against Salford City. But this is the table looking down at the bottom there. Salford are 15th at the moment, MK on 16th there, so many League 2 sides that have come up in that sort of bottom half. Northampton only 1 point from 5, not having a good start to the season whatsoever. Really interesting to see, but Bradford City in the top 10, so they've had a very good start in from League 2 up into League 1, but we are doing very well, level on points with Lincoln, Peterborough and obviously ourselves on 13 points. We played 5, won 4 and we've drawn 1, exactly the same as all the other sides that are on level on points, and just Barnsley and Plymouth Argyle on 12 points. But as you can see in that top 8, there's a lot of depth and there's a lot of decent sides, and we are very early on into the season, so a lot to play for still, and this is definitely not far, well, this is definitely far from over because we've got many games to go ahead, but a decent start nevertheless, and we are on the right track. But for that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.